Imagine a world where the Forbidden City is in California. The year 1421 changed everything when the Dragon Throne claimed the New World before Europe woke up. Admiral Zheng He stands on the deck of a massive treasure ship 9 times larger than anything in Europe, staring at the golden cliffs of San Francisco Bay. They named this land Fusang. The local Ohlone people watched in awe as 300 ships dropped anchor, bringing silk and porcelain to a land unknown to maps. Emperor Zhu Zhanqi received the news and made a choice. Instead of burning the fleet, he ordered a massive expansion, turning the Ming dynasty into a global empire. By the year 1435, Chinese colonists pushed south into the dense jungles of Mexico, establishing fortified trade ports and mapping the coastline with ink and brush. Deep in the rainforest, the dragon met the jaguar. The Aztec Empire welcomed the strangers in silk robes, believing them to be divine messengers from the eastern sun. Tensions rose quickly when Ming officials refused to witness blood sacrifices. In the year 1445, the inevitable war began, pitting obsidian blades against hardened Chinese steel. The war was short and brutal. Chinese gunpowder bombards shattered the stone temples of Tenochtitlan, while crossbows pierced the cotton armor of the elite Aztec eagle warriors. Tenochtitlan was not destroyed, but reborn. The Great Temple became a Taoist administrative center, and the Aztec emperor ruled as a tributary governor for the distant Dragon Throne. Advanced Chinese medicine and inoculation techniques saved millions of indigenous lives from disease. In return, ships filled with maize and potatoes sailed back to feed a growing China. By the year 1492, Christopher Columbus finally sailed west. He expected to find a primitive world ripe for conquest, but found a heavily fortified Ming dominion. The tiny Santa Maria was intercepted by a massive Chinese junk off the Bahamas. The Spanish crew looked up in terror at the red sails blocking the sun. Columbus was not hailed as a hero. He was arrested as a pirate for violating imperial waters and sent to Beijing in iron chains to face judgment. Cut off from the gold of the Americas, Europe fell into economic ruin. The Renaissance faded away, and the continent remained a collection of warring feudal states. The center of the world shifted to the Pacific Ocean. The Silk Road became a maritime highway connecting the workshops of Nanjing with the gold mines of Peru. By the 17th century, a massive city called New Nanjing spanned the Panama Isthmus. It controlled all trade between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans with iron gates. The Industrial Revolution began in China, powered by coal from the Americas. Steam engines drove silk looms in Hangzhou 2 centuries before they ever appeared in England. Giant steam-powered dragon ships dominated the high seas. They delivered finished goods to Europe and Africa, taking raw materials back to the factories of the East. Today, San Francisco is a gleaming metropolis of pagoda skyscrapers and neon signs in Mandarin. The architecture blends traditional Chinese roofs with indigenous stone masonry from the Andes. Mandarin is the global language of business and science. Students in London and Paris study the works of Confucius to have any hope of a good career. The Forbidden City in Beijing is the capital of the world. It is not a museum, but the active seat of a government that spans 5 continents. Europe remains a quaint tourist destination known for wool and wine. Its fragmented kingdoms are historical curiosities that never rose to power on the global stage. The first man on the moon was not an American named Neil. It was a Chinese taikonaut who planted the dragon flag on the lunar surface in 1960. Massive orbital stations now circle the Earth, built by the celestial engineers of the Ming. They watch over a planet that has known centuries of enforced peace. History teaches us that geography is destiny. The voyage of 1421 proved that whoever controls the oceans will inevitably write the future of the human race. The dragon swallowed the sun, and the world changed forever. This is the timeline where the East rose first, and the sun never set on the empire. What do you think would have happened if Zheng He never turned back? Subscribe to join the discussion and explore more alternate timelines where history took a turn.